Hey, you guys, welcome to our Drink Pink Squad team call. We're excited to have you either with us now or thank you for tuning in after the fact. We know you guys are busy and we hope this is valuable to you. We wanted to just do a little check in this week and a little motivation because we're in the last, 9 or 10 days of the month. So, it's kind of go time. We tend to pick things up at that time, about this time of the month, and so we wanted to just make sure you guys know we're here for you and share a couple of the thoughts that have been on our hearts lately. We're going to start with Crystalline. She has felt impressed to share some personal information with you guys, so we're going to start with her and then we'll go from there.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. So yes, I messaged these two lovely ladies, Marquet and Tiffany, this morning, and just said, I feel like I should probably maybe share a little bit more of my story. Just because for whatever reason, it feels like maybe someone here needs to hear it, or maybe it's more for me, who knows? So I want to take you guys back to kind of the beginning of when I started Plexus. So I ordered my welcome pack in January of 2018. So it's been almost 3 years. 3 years will be in January. And I started sharing from the get-go because I needed to have my products paid for, because I knew that there was absolutely no way we could afford me paying for products every single month. And so that's really why I started sharing. I started sharing before I even got my products in the mail. And I was sharing off of the testimonials that had been shared from Tiffany and that I had looked up in Pink Health, and just kind of talking to some of our upline like Christy Barkley and Deanna. And really was just going on faith. Let's be honest. It was complete and total faith because I had zero personal testimony of the products at that point. As a matter of fact, I've been very open that I honestly planned on using the 60-day money back guarantee because I was sure that they probably wouldn't work because everything else I had tried, right, hadn't worked. So I started sharing. I went silver in 2 weeks. Now, I don't even think that any of my 3 people that I signed to go silver are still active ambassadors, which is part of the story. So people will come and go. But really why I wanted to share my story today was kind of the events that have taken place really the last about 6 months. So Tiffany and I have been very open about our story we went to Senior Gold really quickly. As a matter of fact, I went Senior Gold in June and I joined in January. So it was, 5 months, or not 5 months, 6 months. It was pretty quick. And then we kind of all fell into a slump. So our retention was horrible. We didn't really know how to properly follow up. We didn't really feel like we had a lot of good guidance as far as like reaching out, talking to people about the business, talking to people about the opportunity to earn even a couple $100 a month, because we all had a lot of mindset blocks. So in February of, was it this year, Tiff? This year, right? Okay. So in February of this year, prior to COVID happening, I started doing some mindset training with our amazing Emerald upline, Christy Barkley. And unbeknownst to me, the beautiful Tiffany Adams was doing it as well. So we both kind of approached Christy at different times and said, okay, we realize this is something we need. We realize this is something that we need to work on. And so I started doing mindset coaching with her. So mindset coaching and mindset training is really all about kind of, in a nutshell, like helping manifest things. So changing your thought patterns, changing your thought processes, replacing those negative voices in your mind with positive voices to help encourage you, to help you kind of work toward your goals that you're accomplishing, to say things to yourself every day until you truly believe them and you truly know that they're true. One of the things that I really wanted to work on was my mindset around money. my mindset around being a leader in this company, because that is something that has always been daunting to me. I've always felt a pull to be a leader, and I always wanted to be a leader, but it was something that definitely was daunting and that definitely scared me, right? So after, oh god, I don't even know how many months, I think it was till like, it was probably like 4-ish or 5-ish months that I was talking to Christy either weekly or every other week, talking through some really, really hard things, you guys. I mean, I literally had like a huge emotional detox. I remember texting Christy because I was having like full blown panic attacks, and I hadn't had those for like a year and a half to 2 years. And I'm like, what is going on? And my husband was like, what are you doing? Because you have been fine. And I remember just having like a icky tummy and just feeling really tired and getting headaches. And it was an emotional detox, you guys, because literally all of that nasty, heavy ickiness was leaving me. And so that was a very long, it was a trying, exhausting process, but it was worth every single second of it, because I'm who I am today because of it. And I highly recommend mindset training to anyone who is struggling with self-doubt, with fear of failure, that self-sabotage mode, which is so huge. So many of us are self-sabotaging each other, or I mean, not each other, but ourselves. And you guys, we don't even realize we're doing it. Like literally, you don't realize you're doing it because your mind is set up to protect you. And when you're doing things that make you uncomfortable, your mind automatically tries to shut it down. So I had done a ton of mindset training with Christy. And one of the things that I had said that I really wanted to do was to be able to bring my husband home from his job. So my husband has always wanted to be self-employed, and he has always wanted to be a full-time taxidermist and a full-time artist. I don't know if a lot of you know, but my husband is an insanely talented wildlife artist. And he was in a job. He would work for counties, and then he worked for the state for several years, and he was mistreated there. He was not appreciated. And I could see my husband like just shrinking away, and he was sad, and he hated his job, and he didn't feel valued. And I could just see all of these things happening. And I hated it, and I wanted it to be better. And I wanted to take him out of an environment that was so detrimental to him. And then in May, was it April or May? Was our first momentum in May? May. In April, we started hearing about this momentum movement with Emily and Brooke. And I was kind of interested a little bit, just because I really love Emily Gibson and Brooke Hemingway, and I really love their business style. I really love the training that they offer their teams, and I have watched a ton of their like YouTube trainings for their teams, and just really kind of identify with a lot of their values and a lot of the things that they do. And so what I found was that I really didn't feel like we could afford for me to pay $150 to do it, because I had not hit senior gold points again for 9 months. Yeah, it was a long time. So we went senior gold in June of 2018, and then now come April of 2020, and I still hadn't hit 250 points, you guys. I was constantly under rank. And so that messes with your head a lot. And I had talked to Tiffany and Marquet about it, and me and Tiffany were both kind of like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But then at the same time, me and Tiffany were both like, we don't know what to do. Like, we don't know how to grow our business. We don't know, like, we're stuck. We don't know what to do. And Marquet was like, well, I'm going to do it. And so then I had this big, like, huge fear of missing out. Like, well, if Marquet's going to do it, I need to do it. And then I think Tiffany had the same thought. Like, if they're going to do it, then yeah, I just need to do it. And guys, there is a reason that so many things happened, and that there were different learning points and learning paths and all of these things along my journey that led to when we started Momentum Movement in May. My mind needed to be in the right place. My emotional energy needed to be in the right place. My spiritual energy needed to be in the right place. Everything needed to be in the right place so that when Momentum Movement happened in May and our team absolutely exploded in June, July, and August, and we've had continued growth since then. I have had higher points every single month since that time, to be able to bring my husband home from his job that he hated. You guys, I was able to bring him home because my income surpassed what he was making at UDOT. You guys, I make more a month with Plexus than he was making at his full-time job. And I was able to bring him home. And he has been pedal to the metal, full-time taxidermy, the happiest and the most stressed I've ever seen him in years, you guys, in years. And I cannot begin to tell you guys how much that means. My little girls love having their daddy home. They love it. You guys, he would come home from work and he would go out to the shop and we would maybe get him to come in for dinner. Like, that's how busy he was trying to do taxidermy part-time and then trying to do his full-time job with UDOT. And it was killing him. He was drowning. And I could just see his dreaming and his just wanting more and wanting to be more, just getting squashed because he just knew there was no way he could do it. And when he came to me, I think it was August when he came to me and because Tiff, I went senior Ruby in August or September?
August.
So when he came to me in August and said, I can't do this anymore, they're going to pull me to a different shed just because they can, and there's no discussion, I felt so calm and so peaceful. And I told him, it's time for you to quit. Because at that point in time, my Ruby income could replace what he was making. And I said, it's time for you to come home and it's time for you to chase your dream, because I'm able to replace that income and I'm able to bring you home to be able to do what you want to do. And you guys, literally, since I started my mindset training with Christy, I had been just manifesting that I'm going to be able to bring him home. I'm going to be able to bring him home to our family. I'm going to be able to bring him home to chase his dreams. I'm going to be able to bring him home to accomplish those things that I know he is capable of, and for him to be able to live into his full potential and live into who he needs to be. I just knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. And then everything happened, and God brought blessings into our lives that we didn't even know were possible. And now, you guys, he's guiding a deer hunt for a week, which is something he's always talked about wanting to do. So he's gone this week guiding a deer hunt. And we have money in savings now. I'm paying extra money toward debt. I'm able to not have to worry so much about sticking to a grocery budget as tightly as I was before. We have extra money to go do fun things and not have to feel like, oh, it's probably going to go over onto the line of credit or have to put it on the credit card. You guys, the opportunity and the blessing that comes when you show up, when you do the work, when you trust that when you show up and do the work, amazing things happen. It's incredible what happens. And I believe with every fiber of my being that every single person on our team, and that so many people everywhere in the whole world, are made for more, that so many of us play small. We play small because we try to self-sabotage, because we're afraid of what might happen if we're successful. We're afraid of what people might think of about us if we're successful. We're afraid of all of these things, and a lot of them are stories that we make up in our minds. You guys, what would it do for you and your family if you were able to help out one of your siblings because they lost their job, because you're financially secure enough that you're able to help them and it's not a strain for your family? What would it do for your family if you were able to go on the dream vacation that you've been thinking about for years and years and years that you never, ever in a million years know how you're going to afford? What would it do for your family if you can be completely debt free? If you can pay off your cars, if you can pay off credit cards, if you can pay off all of the stupid things that we have to spend money on, and you can just be financially secure. You guys, the possibilities are endless. And I am here to tell you that I know that each and every one of us has to live into that potential of knowing that we're made for more, knowing that it's time to stop playing small. It's time to stop doubting yourself. It's time to stop it all, you guys, because amazing, amazing things and amazing blessings are waiting for you when you show up and you do the work and you do what we've trained you to do and you trust your gut, pun intended, because I promise you that if you train your brain and you reformulate your thought processes, your brain believes what you tell it. You guys, it believes every single thought that comes into your mind. And if you're telling yourself every day, there's no way I'm going to be a diamond ambassador with Plexus. Like, I just can't do that. Stop it. Because if you tell yourself every single day, I'm a diamond ambassador with Plexus, I'm a diamond ambassador with Plexus, or I'm a ruby with Plexus, or I'm an emerald with Plexus, or even I'm a good mom, you guys, your brain will see and will do what you tell it to do. I love you all so much. I hope this was helpful for someone. I, for some reason, feel like I need to turn the microphone over to Marquet. I'm putting her on the spot. Maybe I need to go back to Tiffany. Okay, Marquet unmuted. So I'm going to leave it with Marquet for a minute because she's done a lot of mindset training too. And I love her freaking face. And sometimes it's good to put her on the spot. So I'm going to put her on the spot.
There you go. I should have left the phone down. No, just kidding. No, yeah, Crystalline, it's been very emotional for, I know Tiffany and I can speak for her too, because, you know, we cry a lot. She cries more. But watching Crystalline and, you know, knowing Andy and seeing the light in his eyes that was not there, seeing it come back. And what a blessing to not only them, but to me as well, to be able to see that and see my friend happy, you know, and to see what Crystalline has been able to do because of mindset and because of working hard and being consistent and not giving up, when honestly it would have been really easy to just walk away and just become a product user again and let those points do what they do. And and I think, honestly, if we're being truthful, I think Crystalline's mindset training actually probably kept her nagging at me, because I was for a long time saying, yep, I'm going to do it this week. Yep, I'm going to do it this week. But my mindset wasn't there either. And I wanted it to be. And I kept saying it because I wanted it to be there. And I truly believe, like Crystalline said, that our brains believe what we tell them to believe. And I felt like I was giving empty promises and empty hope. But eventually I came around. Eventually, through my mindset training, I feel like we've gotten there. And, you know, when after this baby was born, oh, nice little tongue, dude. Hallie's waving to him. That's so cute. When he was born, I hadn't started doing much with Plexus yet. He was born in January, and honestly, I just hadn't. But I had belief, and I had that calm that that it was going to be okay for me to quit my job, and I did. We made it through with a few months of my leave build up for FMLA, and then I quit, and we went right into oh gosh, March. My last day was scheduled to be the day that the kids got released from school with COVID. And I just can't help but think what a blessing. Like, I don't know what we would have done if I was still at work and now I'm having to do virtual learning with two kids who are emotionally shook because they don't have their friends anymore and they can't see anyone. But now through these last few months, I've been able to consistently cover what I was making running a senior center. And what a blessing. Like, we're actually ahead of where we would have been. Because if I was still working, we would have been forking out like $700 a month in daycare for a baby. So anyway, with Crystalline, like, if your mindset is not there, you're just not going to make it very far, because you need to have that strength, especially in this business, because we get a lot of no's. And I think even worse than no's are the ones who just don't say a dang word. They just stay silent. And you're like, wait a second. And then you're making up all this crap in your head, like they don't like you and you've offended them, which sets your mindset down even farther. So, yeah.
Can I chime in really quick, Marquet? I just want to bring attention to the shirt that you're wearing, but that's all I want to say. I'm going to let you take it from there.
It says, but did you die? And his has a spider. Yes. And that's something I did post about this morning too, was our family motto, which has become our family motto apparently, is, but did it kill you? Anytime my kids are complaining, I say, but did it kill you? Anytime I am mortified of sending a message, I preemptively tell myself, but did it kill you? It's not going to kill you. And then I say 2 1 sends. It started with 3 1 sends, or 3 2 1 sends, but 3 seconds was too much for me to chicken out. So now I give myself 2 seconds. So 2 1 sends. But my point is hard things, they're not going to kill you. They are going to make you stronger. They're going to make you stronger because you're going to grow from them. You're going to make your brain know that you can do it. You can achieve and overcome the hard stuff. So when the new hard stuff comes, you're going to be strong enough to do that too. And that is all. Unless Crystalline has something else in mind I was supposed to talk about.
Nope, I don't have anything else in mind that I wanted you to say, but I do think we should let our sweet Miss Tiffany close things off.
I'm glad you guys took over because I'm a hot mess right now. I wish I had words to correctly say my feelings. Because when I started Plexus, I just wanted to feel better. That's it. And our wonderful president and founder, Alec, you guys will hear him say constantly, whether it's at Leaders Retreat or convention next year, he will say, if you're blessed, be a blessing. And for a long time, I didn't really understand that. Like, okay, that's great. But being reminded of Crystalline and Marquet's stories is so humbling for me because, like I said, I didn't start Plexus to bring my best friend's husband home from work. I didn't start Plexus so my other best friend could stay home and raise her babies. Like, that's not why I started Plexus. I started Plexus because I wanted to feel better. And it's so humbling to know that because I opened my mouth and said some words, that lives have been changed. and blessed and improved, and that these mamas are home and these dads are home with their babies, and that is blessing their kids' lives, and that there's hope and potential where there wasn't any before. And I'm grateful that Crystalline trusted me and Marquet trusts me, and all of, there's hundreds of people on our team that have trusted me or you or someone and said, okay, help me. And when we're blessed, it is our responsibility to be a blessing. You don't want to be the one to say, oh, my friend is in the hospital now, or she's struggling or whatever. I wish I would have said something. Because I know Plexus would have helped. Living in regret is not where you want to be. And the blessings from being bold are, you can't even imagine. Yeah, you can't even imagine what blessings are in store. Are you showing them the cards you got out? Good job. So I love you guys. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing your stories and reminding me why we do what we do. That why changes. I started Plexus to feel better, but I will never stop sharing Plexus because it's not about me anymore. It's about helping other mamas and women and daddies find a way to reach their goals and achieve their dreams where there wasn't an opportunity before. Plexus is that opportunity, whether that goal is to be able to get out of bed in the morning and function, or is to bring a husband home from work, or is to make $1 million a year. I don't know. Doesn't matter what that goal is. Plexus is the opportunity to do that. And we as a team that have been blessed have a responsibility to bless others with that opportunity. What they do with it is up to them. But we have that obligation to be bold enough to at least say something, because that regret is not something I want to live with. I want to know that I did everything I could for the people that I love. And that includes you guys. So if you ever need anything, reach out. I am here. These wonderful ladies are here. We're all here. Your sponsor is here. And just go for it, you guys. There is absolutely nothing to lose by trying. You never know. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys have a great day. And we will. Crystalline, you have anything to say? Marquet, anything?
Nope, I don't think so. I think that was perfect. I think we just needed to really share what was on our hearts this morning and try to help all of you guys understand just what an amazing blessing and what an amazing opportunity that we all have in front of us right now. And just what a greater blessing than being able to do exactly what we've talked about. Bring people home, bring people health, bring people energy, take people out of situations that they don't want to be in anymore. Just what an amazing opportunity we have to bless so many people's lives. And I just feel such an obligation to just share and help as many people as I can. So I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday, and I cannot wait to see what we can accomplish the last 9 days of this month. So have a good day, you guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.